Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. 5 signs that the law of attraction is working for you. As we keep ourselves in the vortex, as we keep our thoughts kind of moving in a more positive direction more often, you'll actually find one of the things that you'll see is more synchronicities will show up in your life. Things such as 1111 or 3 1s or 333 or 555, or you'll even see things in license plates in cars, right? You'll see different initials, you'll see maybe words that'll seem strange, you'll see bumper stickers, you'll see things along the lines of maybe the lyrics of the next song you hear could very well have this really neat synchronistic or coincidental kind of thing to it. When you're in the flow more, your subconscious is constantly trying to get your attention, constantly trying to let you know, hey, things are working out, everything's in the flow, you're grooving along nicely. You will definitely see these sorts of indications when law of attraction is working for you, when you've kind of got all your ducks in a row, if you will. Second thing will happen, you'll start to see opportunities pop out of nowhere. I mean, some will be small, sure. Some will be some interesting, like small little opportunities, like maybe someone offers you lunch and you didn't see that coming. Great. But it's an example of stuff that will happen. But you'll also see these large opportunities come. You'll see larger things coming into your world. Maybe if there's success in business that you're looking for, you're going to get pulled into projects that are larger, maybe at where you're currently working. Or maybe your channel suddenly has one of those videos that goes viral, or all of a sudden your Instagram page starts getting hit, or all of a sudden you've got 5 coaching opportunities. You know things are in process because opportunities are showing up around you. Another one of the cool things on the opportunity side that's amazing is you will start to see opportunities not just show up, but it's how they show up. The how will knock your socks off. That's why so frequently law of attraction coaches talk about don't say how it has to happen. Hold the vision. Say in the end, be from the place where you've got it already. Feel like you have it right now. Be in that moment. And when you're there, there are no obstacles, there are no problems or concerns. So you don't have to worry about the how. The how will happen on its own. And what it does tend to do is it will surprise you. Sometimes the how will be so random and foreign, and it's really meant to kind of impress your conscious mind that, hey, look, anything can happen. At a moment's notice, everything can change. You can bump into that one person right now or tomorrow that can change your entire life. Opportunities show up. You will start to see things around you. Things will start to become more apparent. It's almost like a light is shown on your path every step you go, or as I've talked about before and joked about, it's like when it's raining outside and you're walking, you're stepping between the raindrops. You never actually get wet because it's just the way it kind of works out. Number 3, and this one's kind of interesting, but it's extremely true. When you get law of attraction working for you, again, a lot of these things have to do with the mental images and feelings we have at most parts of the day. Those feelings are really what do the manifesting for us. And one of the things you'll start to see is animals will actually start to come into your life in very, very cool ways. Maybe it's a squirrel that comes up, kind of gets really close and just hops up and starts eating, but he's looking at you, and he's just right across the parking lot. So maybe that's an interesting thing. Squirrels kind of catch your attention. Well, here's an example where maybe normally you wouldn't see them, but now you are. Or maybe there's birds that are showing up in your area, or a specific kind of bird. Maybe you're seeing hummingbirds or something really cool and you didn't used to see those. Maybe there's some neighbor's dog, and now all of a sudden, whenever you walk outside to get the mail or whenever you're doing some sort of routine action that you typically do, now you're timing it to where you're bumping into this neighbor while they're walking their dog, and that dog just wants to come up and see you. That dog just wants to be pet so much. Or maybe your pet starts being more affectionate or having a different kind of experience with you. It's energy. It's the way we vibrate. Animals are very, very sensitive. Just kind of an example of this, just to prove it. But it's like when someone's walking their dog and someone's maybe coming up and maybe they get nervous, like, oh, I hope my dog doesn't get freaked out. That dog picks up on your nervousness, and it'll start getting all weird. But if you're like, no, everything's cool, I, as the owner of the dog, am not worried about what's happening, the dog doesn't see a threat. Now the dog's not trying to protect you because you're cool, so you're in a friendly mood, so the dog's friendly, he's wagging his tail, right? Everything's going great. So again, they pick up on our vibrations. So you will see these neat little examples from nature that will show you that you are, in fact, in the right energy space. That law of attraction is definitely moving and working for you. Number 4, you're going to see an increased can-do kind of attitude in your life. You're going to start to just feel like things are working out. One, partially, it's self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You're already doing the work, so you've got your energy in a good place. So now you're actually starting to manifest stuff, which then in turn creates this cool kind of feeling like, oh, wow, all this neat stuff's happening, which creates more of that same. So again, it's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy, but you're going to find this more can-do attitude. I know I can accomplish whatever I set my mind to. I know whatever I'm focused on is going to happen because I keep seeing it happen. Like the law of attraction, when you get flowing and when you see it happen all around you. And that can do, that knowing that I can do whatever I can imagine, that all I got to do is put myself in the place where I am, where I have it already, where I am experiencing having it all ready. I am living from the reality rather than thinking of the reality. And when I do that and feel it and experience it and it happens, and I start seeing things happening towards it, it just gives you this, again, the sense of calm, the sense of collect, and the sense of understanding that I do, in fact, create my reality. And one of the key caveats about this little part specifically is when you have obstacles, when there's things like that pop up, when you're in the place, when your law of attraction is mojo, is just moving along, when you're definitely getting signs that things are working, you might see an obstacle. But because of this can-do attitude, it doesn't matter. I know there's a way around it. In fact, all I know I got to do is just imagine from the desired reality, and I know I'm already past the obstacle. So there's obviously a way. So you even see these moments as what they're kind of designed to be sometimes, which is a little bit of a conscious, subconscious test. Like, how serious are you about this desire? How serious are you about understanding how reality unfolds? And when you see that obstacle and you're like, yeah, it's contrast, no big deal, and it doesn't faze you, and you're just like brushing it off your shoulder, bam, done. And you pretty much stop seeing those types of obstacles ever again. Finally, the last thing, the 5th sign, and this is a great one, is you're going to start to see the way others behave with you. People will come out of the woodworks, interesting people that maybe you don't normally see. You might get that smile and just be like, my God, I got the most beautiful smile from some random person that just walked by me. I've never even seen him before. You will just start to get attracted to other people. People will start hitting on you. You'll start getting this very interesting sort of trust feeling, this very interesting high energy feeling about you. Maybe that's to the point when your boss pulls you aside and says, hey, I was just wondering, there's this other project that I'm going to get going on. Man, I think you would be perfect for it. Do you mind trying to help out? This could be big. You'll start to see these opportunities that are more people oriented, that are the us pushed out. I think Goddard calls it everyone is yourself pushed out in a particular lecture. And he was referring to the fact that if you're trying to accomplish manifesting something, you don't worry about people. You don't worry about trying to influence them. You don't. That takes care of itself. And that is this component I'm speaking of. These people will start just showing up and helping out randomly. You might not know them, you might actually know them, but people will come in to fulfill the part that will help you get to where you're going. And you will just start to see that general, overall abundance of people around you, generally treating you well, generally having a good time, and you just see generally better quality people around you. As we shift our energy, as we spend more time in the vortex, as we spend more time knowing that I am creating to my tomorrow, focused on where I'm going, thinking about what I'm going to have tomorrow, feeling it, I'm excited about it, I'm continuing down this path. As we keep doing that, all of these great signs will show up in your life just to help reinforce. Now, real quick on the first one, when we talk about seeing synchronicities and whatnot, one thing I want to remind everybody, you're not trying to manifest seeing 111. You're not trying to manifest seeing numbers and letters and license plates. What you're doing is you're focused on what it is you are manifesting, and then you will happen upon signs and symbols that will help you kind of find your way. So it's not one of those things where you're trying to manifest a sign. these signs will show up without any thought of your own. So you're not creating them. They're happening because law of attraction is working for you. It's Dan Radio Style.